For most of my adult life and most of my business career, I had one goal. You may agree or disagree with it, but the goal was to build a $100 million business. And to do that from a dumpy one-bedroom apartment with no contacts, no money, a folding table and a phone and a Yellow Pages, if you remember what a Yellow Pages was, really seemed like a pipe dream. But in 2013, after fighting and kicking and scratching, my team and I hit that number. We had built a $100 million a year business. It was supposed to have felt better, right? Man, we fought so hard. And it didn't feel great. And when I would lie in bed with my wife next to me and our 3 boys in their rooms, I just couldn't get comfortable with the fact that it was sustainable. I said, I'm going to lose it. It's not, I can't keep it. It's built on sand. The reason I felt like that, the reason you might feel like that in your business, is because every business is the reflection of the owner. Guaranteed. So the chaos that goes on in your business and maybe in your employees' lives, for whatever those reasons are a reflection of you. And as I began to search for it, I kept going back and back and back. It was a wild time for me to start remembering all of the pain that created this incredible fuel that fueled me to get the goal of a $100 million business. And it took me all the way back to when I was 6 months old and my birth father left my mother and I high and dry. Poof, gone. Never seen from, never heard from again. I remember the visualization of the kids teasing me in school, being bullied, being called Fat Matt, almost my entire elementary career. And then when my mother remarried and her husband adopted me, I remember being called idiot, moron, retard, stupid, every day by him. See, I believe that we create lives not to be who we are, but who can protect what we quarantine. We build lives around the pain that we quarantine. And what that ends up doing is creating an opportunity for us to never be us. We create a personality, a persona, an image that is connected to quarantining the pain, to playing it safe, to preserving it. Don't let it creep out. Don't let that pain seep. We never really live a life of our full potential. It started to make me crazy. I wish I could say I dealt with it well, but I started to get crazy, literally maniacal. The morning meetings that used to be so motivational to get us on the road, right, became bitch sessions and beatdowns. And those underdogs that I fought my whole life to help, I started to call them out in front of everybody. Tell them how terrible they were, what a loser they are, that they couldn't do what they're supposed to do. And one day, I had a live radio show back then. And it was in a studio in our offices. And our sound guy could never get it right. Like, we could never get the mic right. We would get the caller on the phone and we would drop the caller. Every single time. On live radio. And I said to him, this week you're going to get that radio show right. You're going to do your job and you're going to get it done right. I sit down, the light goes on, dead mic. I'll fix it. Get it fixed. Caller comes on the line. Hey, caller, dropped. And in probably the lowest moment, hard for me to even admit that I did this, but I did. I literally took the mic and I ripped it out of the steel holder that it was in, and I smashed it through all of the flat screens behind me. And then I smashed all of the lighting equipment in the studio. I destroyed my own studio. And then you know what I did? I threw the mic at the guy. I opened the door to leave the studio. All of my employees were looking at me with fear. Did I kill the guy? Manero's officially lost it, was the look in their eyes. They were afraid. I had officially become a monster. I had become everything I said I was supposed to fight against. To be the underdog, man, to fight against judgment, to fight against the establishment, to get my piece of the American pie, to get rich. And I had completely flipped it on its head. I went into my office, I shut the door, and I cried. I said, that's it, I'm going to fix it. I'm going to change it. I'm going to torch the whole damn thing. I'm going to burn it to the ground. I don't care how much it costs me. I don't care if the company goes to zero. This is not who I'm supposed to be. This is not how I'm supposed to treat these people who helped me build a business. I'm going to fix it. You got the courage to do that in your world too. You need to do it in your world. Because the fuel that you have, whether it's pain, whether it's happiness, you might be one of those lucky happy ones, right? Where you didn't have any pain. Whatever that fuel is, it burns out. And you got to find new fuel. And you got to get to the next level. You got to torch what you like to get what you love. You cannot live a life that says, I'm good, I'm okay, I'm safe, I'm secure. You want to push. You want to challenge yourself. You don't want to be acceptant in the fact that you didn't go for it. And to do that, you may have to torch the exact thing that got you to a life that you like. And you got to cook it and burn it. I brought everybody in. I said, we're calling it the torch, by the way. And here's the first thing we're going to do. We're going to get everybody together. We're going to start talking. We're going to create a mission statement. You've heard some people talk about how important your why is. The reason most people don't have a why is because they don't know how to structure a why. It doesn't come natural to them. You need a system to figure out what your why is. You find your why when you create a mission statement. What the heck do you stand for? Why do you exist? It's important in your business too. If you're struggling in your business, it's because your people don't know what your business exists for. Started with a mission statement. Why are we here? We moved to 4 core values. What are we going to tolerate? What line in the sand are we not willing to cross? My favorite core value is core value number 2. We call it personal happiness. We're here because we want to be here. That's the whole core value. That's it. I mean, what's better than that? I want to work with people I like. I want them to be happy coming to work. And then it finished, the torch finished with an employment agreement, a trust agreement, if you will, in which it said a few simple things. You can leave our company at any time. You can go to work for one of our competitors. You can go into business for yourself in our industry competing against us. You just can't do one thing. You can't take food off our plate. You can't take your customers. 7 people, my top people, refused to sign that. And just like that, we were 30 million down. How much of a price would you pay to torch it? Are you financially sound in your business that you could actually take a step like that? I'm here to challenge you. Do it anyway. Torch what you like to get what you love. How do you know if the torch will work, though? How do you know whether it was worth it or that it's actually working out? I'm going to challenge you and say that you're not going to know that you're going to feel. You're going to feel when that laughter comes back around. You're going to feel when people out of the corner of your eye are smiling at you again. You know that feeling, right? They're looking at you and they're saying, he or she is good again. You're going to feel it when, like it happened to me not too long ago, one of my top guys came into my office and said, "Can I close the door?" I said, "Sure." He said, "I just want to apologize to you. I know that I fought you so hard against this torch, but I hated you. I hated who you had become. You had let me down," he said. "I didn't trust you anymore." He says, "I just want to tell you today, I like you. And I do trust you, and I'm all in." You're going to feel when it works. When maybe you're sitting next to your spouse. For the first time in a long time, he or she's going to reach down and touch your knee. And you're going to reach back and you're going to touch his or hers. You're going to feel that power, that connection again. The power of what it's like to be on a team. You're going to know it works. And you're going to feel it when you walk through that front door and those kids run to you again. And they hug you. And they say, "Dad, how about we go throw the ball?" And you say, "Sounds like a great idea. Thank you."